Procrastination, a word we've all grown too familiar with. Everybody does it, we tell ourselves. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Oh, why not do this next weekend when I'm feeling a little more like it? But we also know the dreaded repercussions of these simple decisions. We could miss an important deadline, or even miss a potential life-changing opportunity. And not only is that quite sad, but it can also be the reason why a person gives up on their lifelong dream. But despite how unfortunate that sounds, procrastination affects our lives in far more damaging ways. In this video, we'll show you 15 ways procrastination ruins your life, and how you can break free from the bubbles of "I'll do it later." Welcome to Alux. Number 1. Procrastination makes it harder to achieve your goals. Do you feel a stronger need to procrastinate when you decide to achieve certain goals? If you ever felt this way, you should know there are millions of people across the world who feel exactly the same. This is because the human body, particularly the limbic system of the brain, wants you to remain comfortable. It pushes you to run from uncomfortable and new situations. So this explains why you can't get started on a goal even though it's something you want so badly. Procrastination makes it impossible to achieve short and long-term goals, which in turn reduces the possibility of you getting a better life for yourself. The first step is to understand the reason behind your procrastination, and then break these big tasks into tinier, simpler ones. Instead of telling yourself you need to write 5 articles before the end of the week, why not decide to write 1 article each day? This way you've broken a single goal into 5 simpler parts, which would be way easier to achieve and a whole lot less overwhelming to think about. Number 2. Procrastination causes you to lose precious time. There are tons of quotes about how invaluable time is, but none perfectly captures it, like this one. Harvey Mackay says, "Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back." Now, this line could be interpreted to mean several things, but an important interpretation suggests that wasting time is similar to losing part of ourselves that we would never be able to get back. But you know what's worse about losing precious time? That awful feeling of regret that comes with it. No matter how hard you try, you can't shake off that frustration at yourself, that numbing realization that things could have turned out differently if only you'd done the right thing at the right time. And it gets even worse. Procrastination could also steal years from you, and by the time you realize how many years it's stolen, it just might be too late. Number 3. Procrastination could have a direct effect on your dreams and aspirations. What have you always wanted to be? An actor earning millions of dollars each year, or a tech guru who develops mind-blowing apps? Whatever your dream job is, there is a 100% chance that you have to work toward achieving it. You know what they say, nothing is free, even in Freetown. You've got to make plans, set reasonable goals, and take steps toward bringing these plans to life. But if you refuse to take a step because of fear, inexperience, or a lack of self-esteem, your dreams would remain just that, dreams. Procrastination could also delay your personal growth, with an example being the constant need to postpone learning processes that could help you to achieve your wildest dreams. Number 4. Procrastination causes you to squander opportunities. Do opportunities come once or as many times as possible? Well, we may never know the answer to this question, which is why we should always grab every opportunity by the neck. But procrastination makes you believe otherwise. It makes you think that this opportunity wouldn't be the last of its kind, so you can decide to not give it a shot. You probably tell yourself, another opportunity will come knocking eventually. However, not only could this opportunity have been life-changing, but it also might be the only one that comes around. It's also incredibly hard to live with the regret that you could have achieved a mind-blowing feat if only you'd taken a step. Opportunities are rare chances to take a quicker and shorter route to success, so do yourself a huge favor and stop postponing that task. Number 5. Procrastination can also lower your self-esteem. Remember when I mentioned that low self-esteem is one of the reasons why we often push tasks off until later? Well, it turns out low self-esteem is also one of the effects of procrastination. Sounds like a vicious cycle, right? Of course it is. Having low self-esteem can be likened to an unending loop of feeling inadequate, of feeling like you just aren't good enough. Unfortunately, this feeling causes us to hold back, eventually pulling us farther away from achieving our goals and dreams. If this sounds like you, it might be time for you to take a step back and reevaluate. Take this time to work on your self-esteem and confidence, and when you feel like you finally have things under control, set some new goals and try your best to achieve them. Number 6. Procrastination can cause employment issues. Have you ever had to leave a job because you failed to meet a certain deadline? Or because you spent more than half of your work hours procrastinating on your tasks? Perhaps it was a job you didn't really care about, or a job that could easily pass off as modern-day slavery. Whatever your reasons are, it doesn't change the fact that you lost a job due to procrastination. And look, if you don't do something about this, you might lose more jobs in the future, including the ones that you really enjoy and have great benefits with. Also, procrastination affects your productivity and performance. How could you do a good job if you start only a few hours before your deadline? I think we can all agree that rushing to complete a task right before its deadline often results in low-quality work, and I bet nobody wants to be seen as that guy who never gets anything done right. Number 7. Affects your mental health. Procrastination doesn't just affect your professional life, it also has an adverse effect on your mental health. It can easily result in problems like anxiety and stress, which could turn into other health issues. In fact, a few studies have linked procrastination to depression. And as soon as depression steps in, it starts to affect other important areas of your life too. Procrastinating on tasks that involve other people as well will definitely stress you out, and a regular check-in call from a work colleague could make you feel kind of anxious. Imagine getting a call from your supervisor regarding a task you should have turned in 2 days ago. You're definitely going to feel anxious about picking up that phone. And it's not just about tasks. Continually putting off medical appointments, exercises, and checkups could affect your mind and body in harmful ways. Number 8. Could cause relationship issues. Just as procrastination affects your personal life, it could also affect your relationship with other people. Let's start at the office. No coworker would enjoy working with you if you always have trouble completing your part of the shared assignment. Away from the office, procrastination could also affect your relationship with friends. Perhaps you always show up late to events, or you fail to do something even after you've agreed to do it. It's only a matter of time before they stop inviting you to join them. And less time together with your friends would only mean one thing: an eventual strain on the relationship. Would you allow procrastination to ruin your relationships with good friends? I don't think that's a good idea. Number 9. It could affect your finances. Well, I'm pretty sure you already know this, but here's another reminder. Procrastination affects your jobs, your dreams, relationships, mental health. It naturally makes sense it would also affect your finances. In fact, there is a study that shows that procrastination is directly associated with an estimated $15,000 drop in salary. Sounds crazy, right? That's probably because you haven't heard all about this study. The study also worked with 2 different groups on procrastination, and the final results showed that 57% of those who procrastinated more were unemployed. But it even goes way beyond being unemployed. Procrastination could involve postponing plans to start a retirement savings plan, or even something as simple as paying bills. And while these might not have an immediate effect on your lifestyle or finance, it could have some not-so-great financial effects in the long run. Number 10. It affects your reputation. Picture this. You're a child and your parents promise you a trip to your favorite store, but every weekend they come up with an excuse and promise to take you the next weekend. You would be disappointed, right? But perhaps most importantly, you'll lose faith in their promises. And this is exactly how others feel every time you break your promise due to procrastination. They become disappointed in you and they lose faith in your words. And this could also stop colleagues or friends from sharing opportunities with you. He's probably not going to follow up with it, they'll say. But despite how damaging this can be to your personality, you can turn this around. Next time you have to complete a task that involves other people, try to think of how much they are depending on you and how your inaction would affect them. That might sound like a bit of a stretch, but it definitely does the trick. Number 11. It affects your physical health. Fun fact, procrastination is not just bad news for your mental health, it also affects your physical health. Individuals who procrastinate regularly are more likely to suffer from headaches, colds and flus, and insomnia, all of which are stress-related health problems. In addition, a 2015 study showed that chronic procrastinators could become more likely to develop serious conditions like hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Again, this all falls back onto the bad guy, stress. Number 12. It puts you behind always. Now, being behind doesn't mean you just haven't seen the latest season of Stranger Things. It also means you'll be behind on projects, reaching your goals and your dreams. You might also find out that most of your peers are moving forward in their career, while you still have to deal with a job you hate. Number 13. It affects your ability to focus. Here's a very subtle way procrastination affects your life. It makes it harder for you to focus on what's important. A chronic procrastinator may find it hard to hold a train of thought or focus on certain goals. As you constantly procrastinate working toward a goal, you slowly lose interest in it. Then after another while, you choose another goal, fail to go through with it, and consequently abandon it just like you did to the first. And this starts another vicious cycle that just goes on and on. Number 14. It causes you to set lower standards for yourself. You know the worst thing about setting low standards for yourself? You start thinking you can't even do the really cool things you used to do. It's sort of like Usain Bolt thinking he would never be able to run no matter how hard he tries. It doesn't take long before you start thinking of yourself as a failure. And guess what feeling like this would do to you? It would lower your self-esteem and push you to procrastinate even more. Number 15. It leads to poor academic performance. Students who procrastinate are more likely to fail courses, sit for extra seminars, withdraw from classes, or even drop out of college. It's just one school project, I can do it later. And while that sounds like a completely harmless statement, it could be the reason why you have to retake classes or sit for extra semesters. But no matter how bad you procrastinate, you can turn your life around. You have everything in you to start achieving your goals. It starts with taking things slow, breaking your tasks down into smaller, more manageable ones, understanding the reason behind your procrastination, and choosing to work on that. And if you stick with it, in just a few months and years, you'll see some major positive changes in your life. Thank you for watching this video, Aluxer. If you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this video for you to watch next. Or head over to our website for more amazing content. See you tomorrow.